Hello, it's Isaiah. I don't think I'm live yet. Yes, now I am live. Hello, everyone. It's Isaiah from IsayaBelle's.com. Let me get out of my own thingy there. I never succeeded with that one. Hello, hi, everyone. I am here today to have a nice talk with you. I wanted to talk to you about choices and decisions. I have been working on a new program that is not out yet, but it's all about decisions and choices, and it got me thinking. So, just in case you want a card, you can have a card from the Sacred Traveler by Denise Lynn Oracle card. So, yeah, I got me thinking about this, the difference between choices and decisions, because you see, I think we get confused. I think choices is basically the options that we have, and decisions is when we choose one. So it looks like a simple thing, but it's not that simple, is it? It's not that simple, is it? So yeah, I have a story for you. I'm going to wait a little bit. Hopefully, somebody jumps in and is interested in my story, because for now, I see that I seem to be all alone here, which is not very fun. So, okay, let me go for the story anyway. And if you catch it in the middle, well, you'll just have to watch the replay. So, yeah, when my kids were small, which was a long time ago, something like 20 years ago, I had this, I dealt with one particular thing. Now there's people. Hello, everyone. So if you want a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, just tell me so in the comments. Choices and decisions. So yeah, when my kids were small, so this is a story, but you'll see it has some kind of relevance or so, I believe. So they used to eat these fruit purees thingies in France. They're very, very popular. They're called compote. And they come in various flavors. They're basically fruits cooked with a little sugar or no sugar, it depends. And I used to choose the non-sugar ones, by the way. But they come in various flavors. So you can have a banana, you can have apple and apricot, apple and pear, whatever. And what I used to do is, okay, that was the basic dessert or pudding that my kids would have at the end of a meal when they were like, 2, 3, 4 years old. And I used to ask them, I'd take 2 of those out of the cupboard and say, which one do you want? Do you want pear or apricot? Do you want apple or banana? Whatever. And so they would pick one, good, and then they'd eat it, obviously. This story seems to make no sense until I go a little further into it. And so one day my mom was here, and my mom is obviously one generation older than me. And she was witnessing this procedure, which was taking place mostly every meal, or, at least once a day. Which one? Do you want banana or? And she turns to me and says, "What the hell?" Basically, not in front of the kids, if I remember. Why are you giving them a choice? This is a 2-year-old little boy. Just stuff him the banana. He'll eat the banana. Anyway, and I know that your kids eat roughly anything. They were kind of really the not particular type. They would eat anything. So we'd have all the tastes at home, all the various things at home. And just at this particular minute, I would offer them choice and they would choose what they want right now. But they'd end up eating them all anyway. So here comes my mom and saying, why? Just simplify your own life and just give the guy the first thing that you find in the cupboard, and that's it. And he's going to be very happy with it because he won't know there's a choice. And at this minute, I realized I was doing that not out of, it wasn't a conscious idea of I am educating my child to blah, blah, blah. It was just, I was doing that. And the minute I started discussing that with my mom, she pointed out he wouldn't have a choice. And then it hit me. Yes, I was doing that because I wanted to give them choice. Aha. But then what happens with the choice? The guy had to choose, obviously, to make a decision. I want that one. At this minute, particularly now, I want this one. And then I'd be the mean mom who insisted on my kid eating what he'd just chosen 5 minutes ago. So even if he went, oh, but fine, open the thing, eat 2 spoonfuls, and then go, oh, but I wanted the banana, I'd stick to, no, darling, you just said you wanted the pear. You go on and eat the pear, and that's it. You're not having another one. This is not a cafeteria. That was my basic. This is not a cafeteria. That was my basic sentence to kind of shut my kids down when I was done with them arguing. So what happened is, with my mom pointing out the thing that I was giving them a choice, it made me realize that, yes, I was giving them a choice, and I was also helping them make a decision and sticking to that decision. So taking full responsibility for their decisions, which, might look like, oh, Isaiah, so great of you to have done that. Amazing, blah, blah, blah. I didn't do any of this consciously, right? Just to make it clear. It was just out of, I don't know, it came to me. So I did that. Now the story gets interesting, or even more interesting, if you wish. Yes, this sounds like my household. This is not a restaurant. But at the same time, it was kind of a restaurant in the way that I was providing some kind of a choice. I didn't realize, obviously, don't take me, I'm not saying that I was doing any of this consciously. But what happened is I did create an opportunity for my kids to make a decision, to have a small, tiny window of empowerment there. They could make their own decisions. And they had to stick to it. The interesting part comes 20-something years after that, when my son, who is now almost 25, oh my God, comes to me and says the other day, Mom, this thing with the fruit purees when I was a kid, as a matter of fact, I'm really grateful for that, because I know that, A, I can make a decision. And I can make an instant decision, because the point was, get a decision now, eat the fruit puree, and let's go to bed, basically. So he comes to me 20 years after that and says, I'm really happy because I'm grateful to you, Mom. Oh, any mom loves that, or at least I hope so. And so here he comes saying, I'm so grateful to you for teaching me with this thingy that you were doing about the fruit purees, that A, I can make an instant decision. B, I have to stick to it. I have to eat the bloody thing. 3, and might be the most important thing, which I hadn't realized, nobody's dying. Because I'd made this decision, and then I can make another one in 6 hours or tomorrow. I can change my mind. I can just choices come and go. And obviously, I was really happy as a mom that my kid just comes and says, thank you for educating me right. This was really fun. But it made me think a lot. And I've been thinking a lot recently about choices and decisions, because I've been working, I was saying at the beginning, on this program that is coming out on April 26, which is all about decisions. And I realized that for me, giving the opportunity of a choice to someone is empowering, because it teaches decision making. But you have to do that very young, because so many of us, we are not given any decisions. As in me, for instance, my mom didn't give me the fruit puree decision choice thingy. She just, grab the yogurt, put it into my hand and say, you eat that now. Which means that it took me years to get to the point where I knew what I wanted, step 1, and was actually clear enough to ask for it and make a decision that this is what I want. So, yeah, the fruit puree story, and how to make a teaching moment and or coaching moment out of it. So, this is one of my stories now. That it's really, for me, it's really a place where we get to choose the way we interact with the world. Do I want to sit down in my house or in my garden, considering that I have no choice or that I don't know how to make a decision? I have no clue. Or do I want to proceed and learn how to see the choices that are here, how to create the choices? Because there's also a part of us that can literally create opportunities or choices, and then how to make a bloody decision and stick to it. Take full, radical personal responsibility for your decisions because you're so sure that they are the right decision for you at this particular moment. So if all this decision thingy is interesting to you, you might be interested in this new program that's coming out that I'm really excited. It's called Persephone's Decision. And obviously there's going to be a goddess part of it. You know me now. By now, you know me, the goddess lady. That's me. And yeah, it builds upon the myth of Persephone, which I've been talking a lot these last few weeks, and about the instant where she actually decided, to eat these 7 pomegranate seeds that were in fact her marriage to Hades. And so that this decision created the whole of the rest of her life. Basically, she changed her life with 7 pomegranate seeds. And so yeah, that's my inspiration for the program. It's a 3 weeks program. We start on April 26th. There is for the time being no info about it. I'm working on it because I'm kind of late. But if you're interested, just message me and I will send it to you ASAP, which should be by tomorrow, basically. In the meantime, if you want a card, I thought that the Sacred Traveler Oracle was a good idea because making a decision is literally, first of all, knowing what we want, knowing all the choices that are available. This is mapping out the possibilities. And then making a decision is choosing a route. Yeah, it's like a travel thing. We decide that we go left or we go right. And the program is really devised to help you work on your mindset and to give you all the tools to create your own path and to literally know that your decisions, first of all, know that you can make a decision, and know that your decisions are right for you. Trust that deeply because you know where you come from, basically. So yeah, if you're interested in that, just message me and I will send you the documentation as soon as it's available, which might be around tomorrow or a day after that. So yeah, in the meantime, if you want a card, Sacred Traveler Oracle cards by Denise Lynn is where I'm pulling from today. And if you have a question with your card, that's sweet as well. If you do want a card, give me your name in the comments. Hi, Sophia. Yes, I know you. And your name appears, so that's amazing. It doesn't work every time for some reason, but your name is here. So yeah, let's pull a card for Sophia. And I'll take it from there. Okay, so for Sophia, you got the Begin Now. So this is the card of new beginnings, but also it says take your first step. So the invitation here is to literally start moving. Sorry, if you look at the card very closely, I don't know if it's clear enough. Sorry. You see the guy is leaving for a trip, but he's got to leave to begin something new, to go on a trip. You have to leave things behind. And so taking the first step is actually, for me, is literally linked to a decision process, because it means that you make a choice and a decision to not, you can't do everything. You can't stay and leave. You can't change the whole of your life and keep it exactly the way it is for now. So that's exactly, you're in the theme, Sophia. So for you, this is the Begin Now card, which means you have to, the invitation here of the card is to, get going, get going in, choose one direction and just start walking, and the road unfolds as you walk, and the path will show itself, but you have to make a decision. Thank you so much, Sophia, for helping me talk a little more about choices and decisions, since it's my theme for today. And I hope it makes sense for you, Sophia. If you want a card and you're passing by, you can have a Sacred Traveler Oracle card today with very much joy. If you don't want a card, that's fine too. So yeah, choices and decisions, and the difference between those two. Again, it's choice is the amount of possibilities, right? And then decision is the instant where you are okay with letting go of 99 options and just choosing one, making the decision that this is the right path for me now. And it doesn't mean it's the right path for everybody. It doesn't mean it's the right path for you yesterday or tomorrow or in 5 minutes. But it means that once you start walking, you have made one decision and you start walking in that direction. The thing that the scenery around evolves and adjusts to your choices. So you keep on walking and more choices come, more crossroads, and you can, turn right, left, and center and create your path. But basically, if you do not start walking, you are going nowhere and you are stuck. And that's so many women are stuck in this space of indecision, procrastination, doubt, and asking for other people's validation. And yeah, so if you want to know a fun story about how I taught my kids choices and decisions, although I wasn't really conscious I was doing it, listen to the beginning of the live where I tell the fruit puree story. I think I'll write a blog post about it, because it's really one of those stories that makes me happy. Sometimes we do the parenting and, well, we don't really know what we're doing, do we? I was really young and I loved it, but I'm not sure I was really always conscious of what I was doing. So when I did whatever I did and my kids come 20 years after that and tell me thank you, I feel very relieved. Thank you, mommy. Good mommy. Anyways, so if you want a card, just give me your name in the comments, please, and I will pull a card for you from the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And to me, yes, literally, I realized that I chose this Oracle deck today because life for me is like a travel. I've been traveling a lot in my life. I consider myself a traveling priestess. These days with COVID, I'm not traveling that much, but times will come back. And so I think that through life we are met by so many choices to make, so many opportunities to make a choice and to make a decision, and it's so interesting. So and to choose a path. So Ronnie wants a card and Catherine wants a card. Okay, let's start with Ronnie. So rainbow blessings. Wow, this is a good one. Rainbow blessings. Basically, it says here, blessings are showering your life. So whatever you do, keep on doing that. Whatever you do or don't do, just keep on doing that and just expect miracles. Expect rainbow blessings in all manners. So it can be financial, it can be more love, it can be more abundance, in joy, in whatever. But you're showered with blessings. I'm so happy for you. Thanks for asking how I am, or how is everyone. I'm fine, thank you very much. I'm working on this new program, so I'm excited. Yes, you got a happy one, absolutely. Enjoy it, and bask in it, because that's the thing. We very often we forget about the celebration part. So when we are in a good place, we kind of consider it normal, and then when we end up in a bad place, we start going in a downward spiral and spiral everything. So, enjoy the good ones. Katrin, or Katrine, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I hope I'm not doing a massacre of that. My love heart stopped working, so all right. So here's for you, I think, Katrin. Huh? I hope that your name is all right. So you got discovering truth. Ooh, that's interesting. That's a good one. So in the meantime, in the journey, while traveling, things are uncovering, right, in our life, and we meet either people or circumstances that help us uncover, face sometimes, or even have to speak the truth, and whatever this truth is. So at this minute, I would stay aware of where you are and literally listen for the truth to come to you. You are, it says here, you stand in the light of truth. So it's not a process of searching for the truth, it's the truth is coming to you. And yeah, if you have a look at the other drawing here, there's this guy walking, and that's you, obviously, on your path. And there's the other two people who are discussing another village. He's pointing out there's some gossiping and some commenting about other people's lives going on. And you are going straight on. So you know where you go with your own truth, and you stand in there. So keep on going and listen onto the tiny voice of truth around you and inside you. I hope it makes sense, Katrine. And if I connect that to my theme for today, because it seems like when I pull cards for people, it always seems to have a connection with the theme I came on to talk about. So my theme being choices and decisions, the truth card would be in and when you make choices or you decide to make decisions, you stand in the light of truth, Katrine, and you have the truth is in you. You don't need to be checking it out with other people. For me, that's one of the explanations. Good if it makes totally sense. I'm so happy. If anyone else wants a card, I'm pulling cards from the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And I'm discussing, in the meantime, choices and decisions. And what is the perk of making a decision? Well, basically, I think that the one thing that many, many women are stuck with is indecision and procrastination and doubt, mostly doubt. It's like, whatever, I work with clients on a one-to-one basis, and we go through this individually, but I really realize that there is a room for a program about that, about indecision, and how to go from indecision to fully trusting that you can make a decision and that it is the right decision. And so because it's really killing me to see so many women doubting themselves all the time and asking for external validation, or just dwelling in procrastination and starting all over again and thinking it over again and pondering more and more. And it's like this vicious circle that because I used to be there, I used to be there. I'm not judging, obviously not. It makes so much sense for me. I got so bored of being there that I actually sat my ass down and created a roadmap to get out of there, because I felt like I was going around in circles, if you wish, and I really needed a way out. So I created this roadmap to go from self-doubt and procrastination to making a decision. And it doesn't have to be a big decision. If you want a card from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card, just give me a name in the comments. So it doesn't have to be a huge decision. If we go back to the program I'm preparing, is going to be called Persephone's Decision. And if we go back to the myth, to the story of Persephone, her choice is 7 pomegranate seeds. So it's a tiny, tiny choice. or so it seems. But it literally changes not only her life, but basically the universe we live in, because she's a goddess, right? And I think it's the same for you, for me. If we make choices and make decisions, however tiny, they can literally transform our lives and the universe we live in, because we are the creatrixes of our universes. So the it doesn't have to be a big decision. And the story I was telling earlier on, and if you haven't heard it, you have to go and listen to the beginning of the live, because I'm not going to go through the story all over again. The story about my kids and the fruit puree makes a lot of sense to me in that respect, because the fruit puree decision was not a big decision. It was not life altering. It was suggesting to a 3-year-old to choose between banana and apple. And he loved both, basically. And it was in no way life altering, if you choose the banana and then finally, after all, he would have preferred the apple. Well, he could have the apple tomorrow. And I think that's one of the things that we are stuck with choices and decisions. It's like, I have to make the perfect choice now and forever. Like somebody's gonna die, or I'm gonna die if I don't make the right decision now for the rest of my life. Come on, let's forget about the pressure of that. Let's change our minds. But you cannot change your mind if you've not made up your mind. So that's what the program is all about, basically. It's a mindset program for 80%. But since I'm a magical practical coach, there's a lot of implementing, because I think that the mindset thing is good. It's crucial, literally crucial on how we live our lives, sorry. But if we don't bring the mindset into our bodies, into our energy field, and literally get it done, as in, physically done in the matter of the world, then we end up going back to our old mindset of indecision, doubt, procrastination, perfectionism, and the whole shebang. Yes, I agree, Ronnie. Some of the small decisions are harder to make than life-altering decisions. But I believe that all decisions are life-altering, or not. That all decisions can be changed at any point. And it's like we need to learn at some point how to make a decision, and to make the process of making a decision easy, and repeatable, so that we can make decisions, then, come back to them tomorrow and say, no, I disagree with that decision. Let me change my mind. But again, if we've not started to make up our minds, there's no way we can change our minds, right? So we're just living in hesitation land, and having set up a nice little camp here of doing nothing, just being so convinced that my life is crap, but that I have no choice. Can you see that? And that, I have to stay here forever because I don't know what the good decision is. You never know what's the way to literally make a good decision, which is the good decision. And as long as we get stuck in this place, nothing's happening. Thank you, Ronnie. Ronnie says, that's why I love you as a teacher, the practical, not just mindset. Yes, I think the two are literally linked. I believe that we are souls, basically, but that we decided to be incarnated. And incarnated comes from the Latin word carne, which means meat. So you basically, we are here in meat and we are in body constitution. And so the mindset is obviously in the mind, but the body is what is the vehicle. And this vehicle carries so much of our blocks, of our beliefs, whether limiting or not limiting. And if we don't literally pull the energy of a new mindset into the body, there is no way it's going to stick. It will just like be like a costume that we wear. And I know that because I've been there and back. Because it did, I did make the mindset altering discoveries, and then it holds for 3 weeks or 4 weeks and you feel very nice, and then you go back to, or I went back to, my own crap, until I realized that it had to be literally incarnated, and so that it needed practice. And practice is with the body, whether it's exercise, whether you want to lose weight and you need to eat differently, or whether you're an artist and you want to learn to play the piano, then you have to play the piano. You can't just mindset yourself into becoming a piano player, right? So you can't just mindset yourself to be a decision taker. That's not how it goes. So the program is 3 weeks, starts April the 26th. If you're interested, just message me. The documents are not ready for it. I am late. They should be ready tomorrow night, Thursday at the latest, and I'll send it to you. It's 3 weeks. It's with Persephone, and we go into mindset, but we also go into practical ways of making decisions, sticking to them, and changing our minds. So basically, my promise is to take you from the land of hesitation and doubt to the promised land of making decisions easily, and not stop doubting yourself, because I believe that this is so crippling for women today, and mostly for women in business. I work with so many women who are so troubled and so in so much anxiety about being wrong, making the wrong decision, like there is one. I believe there isn't one, but if you want a card, this is my last call for a card today from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card. So if you're interested in that, give me your name in the comments and I'll pull a card for you. And if you want to know everything about why my son, my 25-year-old son, is so grateful to me for giving him a choice between banana fruit puree or apple fruit puree when he was 3 years old, you have to listen to the beginning of the live, or read the blog post that is coming at the end of the week with the same story of the fruit puree. I love the word puree. Can you say it? Did you realize? Yeah, I hope it exists in English, by the way. I'll have to check that before I actually write it. So I'm going to pull a general card for the replay people, and maybe for myself, and for the people who do not dare to ask for a card but secretly would like one. So here we go. Stepping into power. Ooh, that's a good one. Stepping into power, and at the bottom it says, you are strong beyond measure. And that's one of the things with choices and decisions and making decisions. It's that really the instant you make a decision, you choose a path, you start walking, then you step into the power. And as soon as you start walking and step into this power, the power unfolds. And I can really be, and you can really be as well, this person who is self-confident, who has the self-trust big enough to make decisions, even the difficult ones or the easy ones, and to change your mind if you don't, and just keep going. So stepping into the power for me is literally, deciding that I am the light, as like this gentleman here who's got this light in his back, and I am the light, and I have the power to make my own decisions and to start walking. So this is the card for anyone who watches the replay. Stepping into power. Isn't it so enjoyable? So I don't see anyone else who wants a card for today, and I will then leave you and love you very much. Thanks very much for listening. If you have any questions about the Persephone decision, the Persephone's decision program or anything else, just message me. I always answer my messenger if you want to know more, or comment under the video, because I think I live streamed this on YouTube as well. So in case you don't know me and you're from there. Ask any questions and I will answer them. In the meantime, I will say goodbye and have a nice evening. For me, it's almost the evening. I don't know where you listen to me from. Bye for now.